Welcome everybody to the Big Steve Q&A. It's been a long time coming. People have been mithering, Steve, when you're going to do your YouTube? Steve, when you're going to put some content on? So today I thought we'd keep it nice and simple. We'll do a Q&A with the fans, the lads that have always backed me and the girls that have backed me on the Big Six. They've been sending the questions in all morning on Instagram and YouTube. Some are cheeky, some are trying to catch me out. I'm going to try and be as honest as possible. So Big Saeed's going to read out the questions and I'm going to answer them as honest as possible. So yep, Saeed, I'm ready when you are.
Cool. First question comes from Have_10. Footballing idol.
My footballing idol, I've always had a soft spot for Diego Maradona. Diego Maradona for me was an absolute unbelievable footballer. And I think when he left Barcelona, went to Napoli, the whole city of Naples just rose to its feet and got a boost. If you ever watched the documentary Maradona, it's fantastic. And Diego, obviously I know England fans are going to say why Diego, because what he did with the hand of God, but footballing talent's there to be appreciated, and Diego Maradona was my idol.
Same question again from Have. He goes, favourite City player, so maybe of all time.
My favourite City player of all time, when I was a kid growing up, was Georgie Kinkladze. Obviously Man City then, we didn't have much to cheer about, and this little Georgian turned up, £2 million with a fancy name, Kinkladze and that. And once we seen him playing on that pitch, you know, he was unbelievable. He didn't have great players around him, but he always had you on the edge of your seat. And for me, Kinkladze, he was the only thing I could cling to when I was in school. Man United fans, you know, the only thing they'd admit to me was that, yeah, Georgie's a good player. So Georgie, when I was growing up, was my City man. But obviously, as I've got a bit older, the king for me is Sergio Aguero, the greatest striker we've ever had. The moments he's given me and the times I've seen with Sergio, for me, Sergio Aguero is my king of the Kipaks.
Yeah. Next question comes from Mason Howell. He says, if we don't get Kane, should we go in for Lewandowski?
Yeah, just before we came on this Q&A, Lewandowski apparently wants to leave Bayern. It's definitely one of them mad summers. You know, we signed Jack Grealish last week, 100 million. 2 days later, Messi's available. We missed out on that one. We're going all out for Kane. All of a sudden, Lewandowski's available. I mean, I don't know. I think City's got the heart set on Harry Kane. I can see him going for Harry Kane. I mean, the kid from Fiorentina, Vlahovic, is now an option, I've heard. It depends where we want to go with it. Do we want to invest 80 million in Vlahovic, 21-year-old, bit of a gamble? Or do we go for the proven Harry Kane and somebody we know is going to bring goals? I've just got a feeling they're going to get the Kane deal done.
Charlie AFC 16 says, what were your first thoughts when City were taken over by the oil money Arab owners?
The first thoughts was typical City. I mean, we had these false dawns for years about takeovers and people were going to come in and do this. We got Thaksin Shinawatra, who was burying like elephants under the pitch and crystal balls. He had no money. He was doing daft events in town with free beers. City fans thought it was great, but realistically we had no dough. The Abu Dhabi group came in, and that night, that transfer window that night was unbelievable. We were bidding for Berbatov, we were bidding for Robinho, we were going for everyone, and it just didn't seem real. And then when we woke up the day after and we'd signed Robinho, I thought, hold on a minute, you know, we might be serious here with serious things. But the typical City, and you're waiting for something to go wrong. I was waiting for him to get arrested for fraud, or the deal to go through, or to fall through, or something like that. But yeah, no, I was excited at the time, and we only have to look now. You know what I mean? Look at where we are now, and look at what they've done for the club. Unbelievable. We're in dreamland.
Best away day, say it again from Charlie.
Best away day. Old Trafford's always good. It's Derby Day. There's a bit of nerves about it. You get that feeling in the morning. You're going down Matt Busby Way. There's a few daggers flying about, and there's a bit of banter going in. That one's always good to keep you on your toes. I like the European aways. I like to experience different stadiums. I like to see how the different fans act. I went to Napoli a few times, and Naples with a Maradona link for me is always special. I think them fans are quite good. I went to FC Basel a few years ago in Switzerland, and I thought, you know, for a small side, their fans were pretty good. But I enjoy the away days. I enjoy the local ones, you know, like Liverpool, Everton, Man United, even the Midlands, Villa, and that's always a good away day. So yeah, I just enjoy any away day, me.
What's your favourite City kit ever from JH.D?
My favourite City kit was the maroon away kit from like 89, 90. Obviously that was one of my first seasons as a fan, as a kid, so it's got a special meaning to me, that kit. Don't mention kits at the minute, because that third kit that they just brought out was driving me nuts, but no, the maroon 89 away kit is my Man City overall favourite kit.
Callum Whitehead 7 says, best atmosphere at Etihad you've seen, love the content, keep it up, stay 10.
Cheers, mate. Best atmosphere, I mean, the Liverpool game the other year in the Premier League when we had to win, when Leroy scored, that was a decent atmosphere. I think the best atmosphere for me was the Aguero QPR, because I think the game had everything. I mean, 1 minute you're jubilant and you think you're going to win the league. Next minute QPR score and you think typical City with blowing it. Then you get a bit of a lifeline, so you've got that little, you know, how are we going to do it? And then to win it like that, and the atmosphere, the scenes afterwards on the pitch and all that, they'll just live with me forever. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps now talking about it. So, you know, that atmosphere for me, QPR one probably tops it.
Yeah, not for me, I'll tell you that. Charlie.Gretty said, is United going to win something this year?
I hope they don't, but obviously on the Big Six show you'll know that I said, you know, United's got a strong team. You've got to admit it. I'm not one of these fans that ain't going to give credit to anyone that's got a good side. I think they have got a good side, and I think they've come close last few years. You know, they're banging on the door. They've had a few finals and semi-finals. They can't get over the line in. With the signing of Sancho and Varane this year, I think yeah, they could win something. Maybe the Carabao Cup will let them have it.
Yeah, cheeky. Ali Mo says, Steve, who do you hate more, Liverpool or United?
United. There's no questions about it. Look, Liverpool, I don't hate anybody except Man United, and that's just ingrained in me. So yeah, I hate United. Even though people say, oh Steve, you give them a bit of credit, I'll give them credit, but I still hate them.
Yeah. You're my personal security guy when I go to Etihad anyway. So. Next question is from Arfan29. He goes, are City now classed as a big club?
Yeah, listen, regardless of what people say on these social medias, yeah, City's always been a big club. You know what I mean? A sleeping giant. You know, we've been a big club in our own right. People say we haven't got history, but if you look into it, history's rich. Most successful club in England the last decade. Centurion season, formidable season, Champions League finals, you know, trophies. We're a big club. Whether you like it or not, we're a big club. And we ain't going anywhere. So the next generation of kids that won't listen to you lot on YouTube will only know Manchester City as a massive club. So yeah, we're a massive club now. Because City are a massive club.
Alright, next question. Don.11 says, do you think energetic Vlahovic for 80 million will do the job of the 150 million 28-year-old slow Harry Kane?
Listen, Harry Kane, you know what you're going to get with Kane. You know, you're going to get 20 odd goals a season and assists. He's done it in the Premier League. He's proven it's not a risk. It's guaranteed he's going to hit the back of the net. Vlahovic, he's young. He's coming from a different culture. He's coming to a different league. He won't have the time at City. If he doesn't start banging straight away, the fans will turn on him. You know, the press will turn on him, and it's going to be tough. So I think we're going to go with a proven striker. We need a proven striker. We got rid of Aguero. We're going to need a proven striker. So I think Kane.
Ibby_578 says, how did your YouTube career start?
My YouTube career's not really got off the ground yet. This is the first video, but the Big Six show and stuff, it all came about a few years ago. I came out of the Wembley. I think we played Arsenal, and there was some guys doing some content on the Wembley way, and I jumped in, said my piece, ripped this guy apart, and Joel Bayo was like, wow, Steve, I need your number. That was class. And then I did some bits for Cheeky Sport, and then I got invited on the Big Six show, And yeah, we've got a solid show. In my opinion, it's the best football show on YouTube. And yeah, so I found myself in front of the camera, which I never thought I would, but I'm enjoying it. And I'm just trying to be me, and I'm enjoying it. Yeah, so it was Joel Bale who got me on Wembley Way that's got me into this. Thanks, Joel.
Big up, Joel. Next question is from Premier League under South. He goes, will you be worried if City don't sign a striker? And what are your expectations for the season?
Yeah, I am worried. I'm worried. Obviously, after the Tottenham game, I'm worried because we look toothless. I expect to win the league. I expect to win every trophy we're in, because that's what we're a club. We're about. We're going into every competition to win it. It's early days yet, but yeah, I think I'd be a bit worried. We won't be as deadly if we didn't have a striker.
Next question is, why does the third kit look like pyjamas?
Oh mate, that third kit is a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. I don't want to dwell on it, but for me, you wear a club kit because you wear a badge on the shirt on the front. It's a badge of honour, it's pride. You can't have a Puma badge on the front and then your own badge on the back. And I know people saying, yeah, it's got loads of badges on it in the fabric, but no, the club badge is the most prominent thing on the shirt, yeah, not in the fabric. Puma should be in the fabric. The main badge should be on the front. So me, for one, won't be buying it. My kids won't be buying it. And the day the club kit sponsor becomes more prominent on a shirt than the actual badge is a sad day for football.
Tapping toes. Why do you feel Kane isn't worth 150 million when Grealish is worth 100 million?
Listen, if you want to hear the answer to that question from Tapping Toes, tune into the Big Six on Friday night, because he needs some lessons, you know what I mean? These Spurs fans. We, Manchester City, we don't get bullied in the transfer market by Daniel Levy or anyone. So we'll only pay what we think Harry Kane's worth, not think what Tottenham's worth. If Tottenham want to sit there with Harry Kane unhappy on the bench and finish 8th, then crack on, but we'll be moving on. We've got bigger things.
How do you feel with getting recognition places you go now? Now you get big media coverage.
I won't go on about the big media coverage, but no, there's a few City fans come up to me at the games and have a chat and that, which is great. I know I'm going to get that, but I'm just me. I'm being real. I'm not saying anything for likes or things. I couldn't care less about that. We're sick of Manchester City fans on social media getting bullied off these YouTubers who haven't got a clue. And I've done my time as a City fan, and I'm telling everyone out there that what a fantastic club and fan base Manchester City is. So I'm going on these shows representing all of you guys. So if they come up to me at the match and say, Steve, fair play, you know what I mean, they want some of the younger guys have a picture with me and a bit of banter and that's fine. But I'm a bit humbled by it, to be honest. But I'm enjoying it. It's all good natured. And yeah, you see me at the Etihad, sat there. Come and say hello.
Yeah. Hamid Chowdhury says, don't you think Mahrez Sterling should be replaced? They seem overrated. We need a fresh change.
No, I wouldn't go that far. Mahrez I think Mahrez had a good season, me. I think Sterling's had a great Euro, so he could come back stronger. It's early days though, we've just got to take it easy. I wouldn't go that far though, just take it easy. Get a striker first.
Yeah. Dress28 says, what do you think of Arsenal signings?
We've just been talking about it. I mean, last season, Arteta, I was saying give him a chance. This season with the signings it's not looking good for him. The defeat to Brentford, they were toothless. They didn't look like a good side. They've signed Ben White. Okay, he's got a lot of promising talent about him, but it doesn't seem the signings they need. And then a couple of the other players are signed, Tavares, Lakanga and that. I think it's peaked for Arsenal this season. I just don't think they've bought well, and it's going to be a tough season.
Debs 8594 says, Klatze or Silva?
I love that with Silva, but Klatze, I said it before, Klatze meant a lot to me at the time. He was a shining light in a bad side. And when you're a kid, you idolise your footballers, you look up to these players, they're like gods, and that's what he was to me. People can take the piss, but that was where we was as a club at the time. And Georgie Kinkladze, I've met him a few times since. I got down on my knees last time I seen him in a bar and I was bowing to him, and he was He was very good to me, and he bought me a can of Red Stripe. So fair play, Georgie Kincladze.
Where were you at OT at the 6-1 demolition?
Of course I was, man. That 6-1 game was one of the best games ever. The only way I can describe that game to you is this. Imagine being bullied for 15 years, yeah? Of the big bad bully in the schoolyard. You could never get near him. They were ridiculing you every day. And they were making your life hell. And then one day you just think, fuck this. And you chin him. And the feeling you must get from that was like what we did to them at Old Trafford. We chinned them, yeah? 6-1 at the Theatre of Dreams by the club you've ridiculed for 20 odd years, yeah, was unbelievable. I walked out of that ground 10 feet tall, yeah, and that started the mentality change from the City fans, and now we go to Old Trafford and we're bouncing and we know we can do it.
Well, we'll see. Charlie.E21 says, any scary moments you've been on an away day?
I've had a lot of scary moments on away days, you know what I mean? I'm 6 foot with a bald head and everyone wants to punch me, you know what I mean? That just happens. But no, I've had some scary moments. Napoli away, Ukraine, but I'm going to save them stories for the content on the channel. We're going to bring some away day content, some funny stories on away days, but yeah, man, there's been some scary ones.
Yeah, definitely. When do you think Man City will win the Champions League?
Look, it's took a long time for us to get where we are, winning trophies domestically. Last season, I was convinced we were going to do it. Got to the final, had a taste of that experience of being around a final. We got beat, and it hurts. Came out of the stadium, looking back over the bridge, saw the fireworks going off. We are the champions, and I've got to admit, I fancied a piece of it. So I'm expecting us to put up a challenge. It's not going to be easy, but I think it's coming. Next 5 years is coming.
Yeah. OMS003 says, what year was your first game? City game?
My first game was 1989, October 1989. It was Manchester City versus Brentford in the second leg of the Little Woods Cup at Main Road, and we beat them 4-1. That was my first game. As soon as I got took up them stairs and seen the North Stand, seen that pitch, smelt the atmosphere, I felt part of something as a kid. It was a mad feeling, I always remember it. I came out, my dad bought me a scarf, Man City scarf, and I remember going home and my mum said, you didn't shut up for days talking about the game, and I was out in the back garden blasting the ball about, thinking I was like Peter Reid or someone, and and then that was it. Then I think my mum got onto my dad and was like, look, he likes the football, you got to take him and that, and then they took me. So yeah, that was my first game, 89. I've had a season ticket since 89 as well. My dad bought me a season ticket, so I've had a season ticket since then.
De Crun says, would you take finishing 5th to see Arsenal relegated?
Nah.
I would.
I've got no interest in Arsenal. To me, Arsenal's Arsenal. I just, Turkish is my guy on the big six. Don Robbie and that, all good guys there. I feel sorry for them a bit. They're in the mud, but if Arsenal can stay below Man City, I'm happy. Do I want them to get relegated? No, I'd rather have Saeed crying relegated than anyone. But I'd finish 5th if United got relegated all day long. But no, Arsenal, no, they just need to sort themselves out, to be honest.
Underscore Sujan Sharma says, Diaz, Laporte and Stones, who's a better defender? Who do you start? Which two do you start?
I think you've got to start Diaz and Stones the way they played last season. They won the league, do you know what I mean? And the cup, they got to a Champions League final. They looked alright, defensive record was good. Laporte is a great player. I'm sure he could come in there as well and partner Diaz. They're all good defenders, but for me it'd be Stones and Diaz to start the season.
Someone's asking here, Nathaniel says, City to win the Champions League or United to get relegated?
City to win the Champions League. If United got relegated, we'd be back the season after, but if City won the Champions League, that'd hurt them more than they got relegated, so City win the Champions League, defo.
What's the exit plan from Sukotti Geno says, what's the exit plan when Pep decides to leave, e.g. player retention?
Look, we got Mancini in, and he won the league and the FA Cup. Then we got rid of him, it went a bit stale. We got Pellegrini in, we won the league, we won the League Cup. And then we got Guardiola in, and we're winning trophies. So every single decision, the last 3 times, has been great. So I'm sure there'll be a plan in place for whoever comes in. I think Man City's a great place to work at the minute. I think you get all the resources, training facilities, you've got academy set up, so whoever comes in that job is going to have all the tools to do the job. So I expect it to just be a fluent transition.
Who would you sign for left back? Lucas Capelon says.
It's hard. There's a bit of a shortage of left back. I mean, you're talking about the kid from Sporting, Mendes.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, they're talking about him. I really don't know, you know. I really don't know. Alaba going to Madrid would have been an option. I think he's good on that left side. I don't know. They've got to have someone lined up, because I've said it before. The left back situation at Man City is a problem. We've been plugging the holes for seasons now, hoping it's going to get better. Looking at Mendy, this Charity Shield and the Tottenham game, it's not going to get better. I think Zinchenko is getting better there. So whether they're going to stick with Zinchenko at left back, I don't know. But another option for me would be to make Laporte left back. I know he's not going to get up and down the line like a wing back, but maybe if you get him at left back nice and solid, and you've got Sterling in front of him or Foden in front of him, you know, I think that could be an option.
Marwan says, were you a Chelsea fan or a United fan before switches to City when the Iron Money came?
Yeah, of course, Matt. Underneath this City badge here, there's a United badge. Yeah, I had to cover that. Underneath that one there, yeah, there's a Chelsea badge. I have to cover that. And all them pictures of me in 1989 that you've seen on my Instagram, they're all fake. We photoshopped the City shirt on them. But come on, man. Come on. It's in your blood, man. It's in your blood. You're born in it. You're Mancunian. You're blue, innit? You're blue. You know what I mean? It's there.
Now, Mark Carney says, if you didn't support City, who would you support?
I support Man City reserves for this sports city. Or I'd support Main Road in a non-league. Do you know what I mean? But it's not. Man City's here. It's part of my life. So just stuck with it.
Bainsy HD says, now the big dogs are back, like Chris says. Are Liverpool going to finish above City?
Listen, Liverpool had a good start to last season. They were top of the league, remember? Before the violins came out and all the x-rays came out, and then they started shopping in the whoopsie aisle, buying players from Preston and stuff like that, you know. So they was acting like a big club on the outside, but really inside there's not a lot there. They're going to be a better team for Van Dijk coming back, I get that. And they're the only other team than City I think are capable of going on these mad runs. So don't underestimate them. But me personally, they don't have a good season for me.
H7 says, what young academy players next up after Foden?
Tommy Doyle, young Tommy Doyle. He's a good player to watch. We've got Ndoza, who played in the Charity Shield, and Cole Palmer. You've got to be looking at them. Jaden Braith, but I don't think he's going to get a chance. Obviously, he's got some sort of attitude problem that they don't like. They'll be the ones I'll be watching. We've got Yan Couto, and we've got the Brazilian kid we signed, Kai coming in January, so I watch out for them.
Yep, and that's it. That's your questions and answers wrapped up.
Thanks for tuning in to the Q&A. Sorry I couldn't deal with all the questions, a lot of overlapping questions and stuff. We're going to be doing this quite regular, so I will do some more Q&A. I appreciate all the support of everybody on Instagram and the social media. Please like the video, share it, subscribe to my channel, look out for some more content from me. We'll be going live in the next few days, doing a few shows, bits and bobs. I'm going to get my head around the vlogs. I tried one at Tottenham. I haven't seen how it come out yet, but if it works, I'll try and get it out. And listen, thanks for tuning in to Big Steve MCFC. Peace, respect, Man City, over and out.